of some recent innuendos that one was beginning to hear as to NADECO being sectional in the Nigerian context. If situations make certain people more prominent in its operation, you will find that that situation is not different from what we have been living with in Nigeria from the very beginning. Whenever there is a struggle, certain people have often shouldered the responsibility of such struggles. So was it with independence. Oftentimes, of course, they were not privileged to enjoy what they have fought for as much as they deserve. That has been the lot of the Yoruba man. NADECO is national. When you see our crest, we thank God for the foresight. It struck me more recently as exceedingly important. You will find that the national crest is there of Nigeria. The commitment of the organization is to the oneness of Nigeria, not for its breakup or its cracking. And the emphasis, of course, is for democracy and the realization of basic human rights. How did it come about? We had several organizations in Nigeria that were pro-democracy and that were human rights. But came the situation when in 1993 we had an election which people considered the fairest that we have ever had in our country. And before we knew what was happening, it was annulled. And we had a contraption put in place that was supposed to be government. And before we knew what was happening, a coup was staged against it. And certain people came into power who said they would stay for a very short time and restore democracy to our country. And that short time hasn't gotten any shorter, and we found them in an obscene kind of way celebrating their 4th anniversary on the 17th of October last year. We are pretty close to the 5th anniversary of the fateful June 12, 1993 election. That's how short that brief government has been. But NADECO came into being when these various organizations that had been existing decided that there was need to work together in cooperation, even under an umbrella of a coalition, to confront what was most immediate to all associations. When I say associations and organizations, I, for example, came into NADECO from organizations that I belong to who share a commitment to the basic minimum that brought all members of NADECO together. There were organizations like Afenifere. There was the Middle Belt Forum, which I belong to, the first two. There was also what we call the Movement for National Reformation, which is chairman by Chief Enauru